This is your song, ain't it? I was 7. Okay.
Hi, and welcome back to the Green Room. I'm your host, Chloe. This segment, we're going to talk about, we have a list of things, kind of, and each show we're going to bring some of them up. And Laura has this week's, topic.
Okay, there are 3 that really caught our eye. But anyway, it's about the black person. And, things that, I think everybody should, listen to. But the first thing is, the black person must stop expecting God and white folk to do for him what he can do for himself.
Amen.
So, basically, I just want to discuss with you guys, how do y'all feel about this? About that?
I completely agree. I'm constantly, at school with young men and young women, and as soon as something go wrong, they're like, oh, she don't like me because I'm black. She don't do this because I'm black. He doing this because I'm black. They racist. Right. No, maybe you're just wrong. Maybe you're just not doing your job. Maybe you're just not doing your job.
You're not being respectful. It's different for me because, I'm the only one here that goes to, an inner city, public school.
Right.
When a lot of the students in my classes are black, and then there'll be a handful of white people or something, and then the teacher is white. Mm-hmm. And so, you can sometimes feel an undertone. Well, I know I felt an undertone of racism and all that, and people feeling like we can't do or achieve some things that y'all can because y'all go to CJ or y'all go to Wayne, and we're kind of more at a disadvantage. So sometimes I can understand that, but that's not a reason to make it an excuse.
I understand, because I used to go to Trotwood, and it's like a black school, basically. It really is all majority black people. And when I transferred to Wayne, it was such a big difference, as far as, white people and, people be like, oh, you came from Trotwood, and they think, it's so low. But actually, Trotwood is a really good school. They have really great teachers. They have great, stuff, to learn. We have new stuff because it's a new building. And it's just, it's a lot of opportunities there. And I think people at Wayne, especially white people, oh, you came from Trotwood. They think, oh, a bad school. It's really not like that at all. But I don't think it gives any black person a right to be like, oh, well, they did it because I'm black.
Right.
You can't use your color.
I think color is always going to matter, but it's once you realize that, you have to move past it, whether somebody's being racist to you or not. There's been teachers where, who just basically may not have said it straightforward, but said we can't achieve because, we're poor or stuff like that to us. But that didn't stop me. I'm not going to go out and start selling drugs or having sex because of that, because somebody said that to me. I'm going to make it to prove them wrong. So.
Okay, the second one was the black person must learn to dress more appropriately for work and leisure time. Oh my God. Okay. I agree with that 100%.
Let me chime on in. Why? This is just to young ladies and young men. Y'all get upset when people look at you wrong, but you have to walk with the water because your pants and your shorts hanging down too low. Or I see so much of your boobs that it's ridiculous, and then you get mad people look at you wrong.
Exactly.
Dress appropriately.
And I feel like it's a way to dress during certain situations, a time and a place for everything. I was talking to my friend yesterday, and I make fun of her all the time because, certain stuff she wears I don't think is appropriate because she's a thick young lady. And I don't really have, a lot of thickness to me, but, I still watch what I wear. And, some of the stuff she wears I don't think is appropriate, and I'll say something about it, you thick. You can't. You're going out the house with a long shirt and them leggings on.
Right.
Two thick girls.
And so then she be like, you're so conservative. And I just be like.
It's all about how you respect yourself.
Yes,
because, it's a way to be cute and sexy, but when you're sexy cute, it's just not really cute. It's just if stuff is all out right here, you got all this out, it's you're letting everybody see something that only your husband should really see or that significant other should see.
Right, you leave nothing to the imagination.
Yeah.
Okay, the third one. The black person must stop charging his failures up to his color and to white people's attitude.
I'm going to chime in on this. Okay, I've been around people all my life and they use "it's because I'm black" as a crutch, or they want to blame their failures and their mishaps on God. Like that annoys me so much, because I'm like, if you're really serious about something, you're determined, you're not gonna let these little issues affect you in the long run. I mean, like everybody has their down days, but I really feel like when you're determined and you really want something, if something come up, you're gonna be like, okay, that's cool. I took the hit, but it's not gonna keep me down. You know, I hate that mentality of us. People have done so much for our culture, our ancestors, our grandparents, and I feel like it's not just this generation. It's been in previous generations, but I feel like a lot of us are just sitting down on these gifts that God gave us.
Right. And also, it's like we especially black young men, they don't see a lot of black men in powerful positions,
right.
Which is why, like, President Obama, his story was so big. But even still, like, we need more than just President Obama. We need more than that for black young men to be really motivated and feel like they can achieve. Because for so long, we've been told that we can't. And some people really take that as to heart. It's not a reason to, be like, man, I'm still living with my mom, all this, because I'm black and I can't get a job.
No,
like, that's not the reason.
Go find a black-owned company and get a job.
This is like so weird, but like it kind of makes me think about. Have you guys read Steve Harvey's book?
I've heard of it.
It's really good. I read it, and I feel like some reasons why black men do some of the things they do is because like black women, like black men see that they can get away with this or they can get away with that. And I feel like as mothers, as wives, even though I'm not old enough, but I feel like I see that maturity in other people that are around me. And I feel like we need to set standards. It's all about standards. And people treat us or act the way they do because the standards that we set. No matter if you're in a business field, you're not going to get a good worker, if you have low standards, because they're going to get like, oh, well, I can get away with this. I can get away with being in the work late, or I can get away with this. And it's all the same for everything. And people always complain like, black men this, black men that, and they always going to get white women and all this kind of stuff, but black men are no good. Like, well, we need to set standards as black women, as black men, as black people. We need to have standards, and we need to, set goals. We see Obama, we see Michelle Obama. We need to see them, and we need to set standards, and we need to, stop being about talk and be like, oh, we need to start doing this in the community,
Right. Yeah, but like when you're talking about the black women be mad that black men, go with white women and stuff, and how you said black men sometimes look for ways to get away with things and this and that. I was listening to the Russ Harmon show, and they were actually talking about that, and a black man had emailed in, talking about how black men go with white women because white women are as demanding as black women, and with white women you can get away with doing so much more. You can, it's not that serious, or it's so much easier to be with a white woman. And it's like, as black women, if a black man thinks that, let them think that, because we're worth so much more. If it's that serious, I can date a white man, Hispanic, Asian. It doesn't matter. We just have to stop thinking that, oh, we can only date black men, or we have to start thinking culturally.
Sure. But I feel like if we can think like that, so can they. Yeah. They should be able to date, who they want to, and it should not be because white women's standards are lower than that, because they're not. But they just feel they just feel like some of them, I ain't gonna lie.
But the question is, stuff slide. Why would you want a man who thinks like that?
Anyway? Yeah, right.
Anyway, why do you want that? You want a white woman because you think she easier to control, but why would I want you anyway?
Want you run up in my house trying to control me? Are you kidding me?
No. But it's sad also because you got so many black women raising sons and raising this, and it's sad.
Well, that's the end of our show. Thank you for tuning in to another edition of Green Room. I just want to say, remember, in spite of race prejudices, America is born full of opportunity, so go for them.
Things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will get brighter.